Welcome G's, welcome back to Tyson's Alchemy. And I was asked the question, what were your habits that led to your success? So obviously I'm still on the journey of success. Again, I'm not going to pretend that I'm the made man and you should follow absolutely everything I've done. But there's some of you that know I've done quite well to get from A to B. And I'm going to touch on some of those principles. The guy that asked for was 5 principles. I don't know if I've got 5 specifically because I didn't write them down and then do it. I know there's some stuff that I definitely did that definitely worked, and I'm going to give that information to you now, and hopefully you can incorporate that into your life. And remember, you're not me, I'm not you. Take what I'm saying as value and try and blend it into your own reality, into your own alchemy, and make it work for you. So the first thing, when I reflect on my little mini surge, my momentum surge to get me from level A to level B, was I turned up every day. Now again, I know it's cliche, you hear all the online influencers saying, turn up every day, discipline. But it really is true if you want to take your work to the next level. So the example I'll give is, when I wanted to work with the Tate brothers and I was editing, I knew what I wanted to do. I had a plan in action. I was going to attack all the local network that they had around them, right? Not attack, provide value. And I knew that for me to be able to do that, I need to be in their face all the time with quality value, right? So I had to be on the ball. So by turn up every day, I mean literally any other second I had, apart from doing my daily duties as a man, so exercise, family, all that stuff, I was consuming what was happening in their world and their friends' world, and then analysing very quickly, how can I turn that into something entertaining? Now, obviously, by the time, you can't do that forever, so I hope you get that bit, because say you're wanting to do something like that for a client, you can't do that forever, but the plan was, that's what I need to do now. And I did it, and I did it really well. As soon as a story came up, I had all the notifications on, because this is before there was a Tate library and you could go get all the files sent to you. This was like hardcore mode. You had to wait for something to come up on social media, you had to screen record it, you had to go there and blend it into a cool edit and then get it to them, right? And I was the one that was doing that before everyone started doing it. Hair my mouth, cool. Thank you. Where's that come from? So I'd like to think I was one of the OGs doing it before it became a thing, right? But I had to turn up every day, and the moments, there was the odd time where I'd be so busy doing other stuff, you know, life's duties, where I'd be running out of time and I'd push myself. Like, even if it was just one edit, I'd go check what had happened that day, whether it was with them or someone else that I was also chasing, because I was chasing multiple people, and I would force myself. I'd be tired at the end of the day, like maybe half an hour left in the day, so, you know, we're talking like 11:30 at night, and I would force myself to lock in, look at something and try and create something out of the blue. And that's what I did, and I kept on doing it, and I built that momentum, and by the time I got like months down the line, it just felt natural. Like it wasn't forced anymore. It was like, no, this is what I do, I turn up every day, and that's how habits are formed. So even if you're not actually trying to, you know, get a client, you're just trying to build some good habits. That's how you get it to stick, is by turning up every day. So people, you know, a lot of people are like, you can't go to the gym every day. You can't lift heavy chest press every day. That'd be fucking retarded, right? But you can turn up to the gym every day as a daily discipline. Yeah, because just walking into the gym, even if you're super fatigued from the workout the day before, you can turn up and do some stretching and do some light body work stuff just to trigger the muscles to wake up and recover and get the blood flowing, right? You can do it. You just can't act like an idiot, right? It's all about what you're doing. So obviously, the issue that some people find with turning up every day is burnout, right? I'm gonna burn out, I can't do it every day. It depends on what it is you're trying to achieve, right? You can't run a fucking marathon every day. But for what I was wanting to do, I was trying to garner attention very quickly. I was trying to show what I could do. So that was the first thing I did, was every single day I provided value. They couldn't escape the value I was adding, basically. So the second thing I would say is that, and I know, again, it's quite cliche, there's no magic to this, but I didn't neglect my fitness. I know some of you watching this are either into it, fitness, or not into it. And the one cornerstone that I've always had, that's always served me really well, is my fitness. I've always looked strong, capable, always been into the gym, can always go run if I need to, can always play with the family or friends, or like, it not only does it serve you as like a outside exterior welcome to the world when they look at you and think, oh wow, look, he's in shape, he does well, he takes care of himself, and they think, yeah, he's a good guy to work with because look at him, he's not a fat slob. But inside it takes care of a lot of stuff as well. Yeah, if you try and like not exercising for a full week, I don't recommend it, but you start feeling shitty. Your body doesn't appreciate it. So I see my body as a vehicle, like a car, and the cars need MOT'd, and I'm just constantly taking it out for a run. You know, if you leave your car for a while, and some of you know that you drive, if you don't drive it long distance over a long period of time, it can affect some of like the chambers in the car. Like one of my old cars, I used to just drive it to college and back, and that was it, which was maybe like less than a mile away. But I never drove fast, I never had to go down a motorway, and then it started flashing up with an alarm saying it needs, I rang a mechanic who's like, basically you need to smash it down the motorway and hammer it. Your body needs to go through these experiences basically, yeah, so you need to take care of your body, and every day I would do something, walking the dog, gym, running, press up, sit up, every day, and that just helped the other parts of what I was trying to achieve, it just kept it grinding along. It was like the motor, I kept myself fit and strong. If you're in a position that you can go to the gym or just work out every day, which most people are, you know, unless you're disabled or something, you've got no excuses, just do something. And try not to make it mundane, try and find a way to enjoy it, because that helps. But that was the other thing I did. Right, the third thing, and again, I don't know if there's 5 of these, but just these popped into my head, was the networking, value-adding, you know, power that I had. You know, a lot of you are single-minded, this is what I want, I need to achieve what I want. And if you reverse it and flip it and think about what you can give, then the world opens up. Because, and I mean literally give without anything in return. So there's a video of Fresh and Fit talking to Sartorial, and they're talking about how, you know, Tyson was sending us videos and he didn't even ask for anything. He was just sending them. He's like, there you go, use it. And it's true.
Go Network, I'll never forget. He posted clips of us and did awesome edits of me, you, Shooter, Andrew. And he didn't ask for a handout. He said, you know what? Here's some value. Do what you will with the content. I'm not asking for anything. And look where he is now.
And I did this over and over again. So people began to associate me. And obviously there might be the odd person that's like, oh, what an idiot. Why is he sending this like great work for free? But I knew what I was doing. I knew that if I just keep providing quality value to people, the chances are that some of them are going to end up thinking, oh, this guy's pretty cool actually, why don't we get him on board, why don't we? And it happened with multiple different people, not just the Tates. Multiple people started paying me to carry on doing what I was doing. Now, it's changed a little bit now that I've built a little bit of an editing empire. I can't just be dishing out freebies all the time, but when I was like a nobody and people needed to know who I am, that was my superpower. Because most people were like, hey, I can make you an edit for this much. And I was just making edits and just boom, there you go, creative. And at that time, there wasn't a lot of these edits, so it was fresh, it was unique, it was niche, and I was giving it away for free to capture their attention. People, if they weren't hiring me or paying me, they were then sharing it on the stories, Amigo Network or my Tyson page, and they were sharing it, and people were then adding me on Instagram and messaging me saying, cool page. I was garnering attention by providing value, and this still hasn't stopped. I'm just doing it in different ways. So, you know, that's one of my habits that definitely led to my success, was this willingness to be able to provide value non-stop to people and continuously think of ways that I could help them, just even if it's little ways, not even through editing, just, oh, by the way, gee, I've seen this, you know, you could try this as help. Oh, by the way, I've seen you use that, here's a website that helps you with this. It's providing value, not being a suck ass, not trying to gargle down on some idols, like I see some of yous on social media. Like, honestly, some of the gobbling, the carrot gobbling that yous are doing is fairly embarrassing. But I mean, I'm an old man now, so you know, maybe I was obsessed with my idols when I was younger. I don't know. I'm trying my best not to judge you, but just know that when you look back at some of your tweets, when you take this and whoever this, it's a little bit cringe. But anyway, so network and providing value. That was the third one. I'll touch on something that I definitely didn't do, and I've spoke about this before, because when I was in that phase where I was definitely locked in, I was fully locked in, and I didn't mean I locked myself in a room and I wasn't human, yeah, because it's important to still enjoy life, but I was fully locked into my mission. And I spoke about how the fact that I didn't want to watch football anymore, and football was my life. I just forgot about it. So I support Liverpool, and I remember that season, I didn't have a clue what was going on. I missed all the games. People were like, oh, have you seen the game? Nah, didn't see it, because I was too busy being locked in. So what I definitely didn't do was I didn't let any mediocre distractions get in the way of what I was trying to do. I was fully locked in to what I want to do. I want to work with the Tate brothers, and I'm going to do it like this. And here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn up every day like this. And even through my self-hypnosis, I was consuming Tate content as much as I could, even if it was repetitive, even if it was a little bit boring, because I knew that the more I consume, the more I can align on their frequency, and then the more I can end up working with them and being part of their circle. And that's exactly what happened. To a T, that's exactly what happened. I consumed their energy, mouth open, consume their energy, and it all goes into the brain, and then I can start to act and think like them, and then before you know it, I'm talking to them, and then before you know it, I'm working with them, and then before you know it, I'm someone in the inner circle learning all the secrets of the universe, and it's fantastic, and I'm very grateful. But that part of not being distracted or by the media, because football is obviously still great, I still love it, it's life to a lot of people, professional footballers, and people love football. It's one of the biggest sports in the world. But for my mission, and I wasn't playing anymore, so it wasn't like a do or die situation for me. It was literally just a hobby now. It was important for me to put it on the side a little bit. And I'll be honest with you, when I was fully locked in and I was going after the hustle, I just kind of forgot, because it was just a hobby now. It wasn't my life. I wasn't playing professionally. It was just something I enjoyed doing, or something I enjoyed watching if it was on TV. So I knew that, well, I'm busy, so I'll just catch up with it. It's not important. It's like the news. I don't watch the news. I'll learn about events around the world. Someone will tell us if it's important. I don't distract myself with the news. It was the same with social media. I was just consuming stuff that was aligned with what I wanted. So I was consuming editors that did creative work. I was consuming obviously lots of Tate content, motivational content, other clients that I was working with in the UK. And that's all I was doing. Gym, family, wake up, health, consume that type of self-hypnosis, come back, repeat, work, round and round and round. And it was what I wanted to do because I knew what the end goal was. So I can't really think of many more like specific things that helped. All I'll say is that I have continuously channeled the type of person that I wanted to be. So I remember there was a video of the Tate brothers dancing on an EM, an emergency meeting, and there was a song that came on, and I immediately paused it. I thought, right, because I was enjoying the emergency meeting, I thought it was hilarious. This was like at the peak of, right before it kind of came tinkling down a little bit before it came back up, when they got like banned off social media. So this is like peak Instagram powers. I'm working with the Tate brothers, and everything's funny and epic, and it's like peak Tate, right? And they were dancing on the emergency meeting to this waifu watchers guy.
Let's bring it back. Bring it back.
If your anime waifu is underage, you're a sick creep and should be locked up.
You're a sick creep. We're about to witness a murder. Call the cops. I guess we're all going to jail then.
Honey, I love you.
Sorry, I don't listen to real girls.
Right, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. They were just laughing. And the song I'd never heard of, and I thought, I need to find this song. So I paused it, Googled it, couldn't find the song for ages. And the reason I was finding the song is because I felt so euphoric in that situation. I was starting to work with them, I was editing every day, I was making great money, I was watching this, it was hilarious, and I was like, I need to use that song as an anchor. And I said, well, I can't remember what it's called now, because the song ended up going off Spotify, but you look up the emergency meeting when they're dancing to the waifu watchers guy, and it's a good song actually, but I didn't know what it was, and I went to find that song and I anchored it, I used it, and I started listening to it nearly every day, just once a day, usually on the way to the gym. And I'd kind of like dance a little bit like the Tate brothers in the car, when you do that, when you anchor a feeling or a song or emotion all together, it's like a drug for your brain. It like takes you back to that moment. And I've spoke about anchoring before, but I did this multiple times with different things that happened. So obviously different events maybe further down the line with the Tate brothers, where that toured whatever song it's called came out. Like that was another one that came out, you know what I mean? So I was using their energy, putting it into my system of my reality, and supercharging myself for success. So, you know, I recommend you do that. That's what worked for me. You can add it into whatever you're doing. I don't think that's 5, but don't get distracted. I wasn't watching anything online, as some of you young G's might be doing. You know, none of those distractions. I'm not saying I've never done that as a younger man. You know, I'm not judging you for it, but it doesn't help. Don't distract yourself watching garbage online. If you've got a goal and you want to achieve it, you do need to kind of get some tunnel vision and go for it. So there you go. There's some habits that I leaned into for my success. Turn up every day. Fuck all the distractions. No distractions while you're locked in. Network and provide value as much as you can, because that's going to help people recommend you and elevate you. It's not all about you. You can't always do it on your own. So if there is someone that can provide you value, think to yourself, how can I provide them value first so I can extract value from them? Don't just ask, hey G, can you? Don't, because they're not interested. I mean, they might be. They're a nice guy, I'm a nice guy, I do want to help people, but think, how can I help Tyson, and then I can extract some value from him. You know, and do that with everyone, not just me, do it with everyone. And that's the way, there's like a power to the universe, a karmic power that once you start giving, you get, and it works. And I'm literally proof of that. I was absolute no one from the middle of nowhere, and now I've got an abundance of people to work with all the time. It's great, right? It's not by accident, it's by design, and you can hack into that system as well. So take some of these values, and you know, hopefully it'll work for you, but just turn up every day to your beliefs, goals, and manipulate your reality to make it how you want it, because trust me, it works. I was living one reality, I changed it, and now I live a different reality. And you know, you don't have to take this advice, you completely ignore it and say you're a fucking freak, you're sitting in your car and no value for me. But listen, I love my life's great, it's on the trajectory that I want it on, and hopefully you can love your life and live a great life and do what you want to do. So remember, self-hypnosis is the key. Get out there and change your reality.